Here we go. Holy cow. I'll be there just 1 second. My brain is going crazy. Okay, I think I'm set up. Oh, I gotta find you guys. And I gotta mute my thing. And. You guys are not going to believe this. This is crazy. Mute, play. There we are. I'm back, you guys. I totally wasn't expecting. Hi, you guys. I love you guys. You guys are just the bestest ever. Okay, so hi there, Dreamweaver's the first one. Ding, ding, ding. Hello, T-Bar. Ocean Garnet, Madame Stardust, hello again. Sharon, hi everyone again. Yeah, what's up? I'm going to tell you what's up. This is blowing me away. If you guys were here earlier, hi Rebecca H. And if I know about my latest thing with the asteroids. My goodness. Yes, we're the Night Owls Now. First in the week, Monday. What a great way to start a Monday, right? So earlier tonight, I did a live because I felt like we had to clean up, get caught up where we were and everything we flushed out with this last lunation. And the thing that keeps coming back all the time has to do with this asteroid. You know, the Wuhan, the WH asteroid. Because it is so prominent in our history of major events, such as the 1918 pandemic is where I discovered it. Because in the USA chart at 27 Capricorn, is the USA Pluto. Pluto is that planet of death and destruction. And with our first case of that 1918 pandemic, that asteroid, WH, was conjunct our Pluto, destruction and death. Okay, so this is where the discovery started, which in the past week or two, the parallels are eerie when it comes to World War II, Pearl Harbor, Hiroshima, Nagasaki. Oh, crap, I'm buffering. What's all this buffering stuff? Who keeps saying buffering? I just saw a bunch. Am I still buffering? Gosh, I can't say those words, huh? So, okay, so summary. This asteroid is about wars, death, strikes on the United States. The thing that, like, mass die-off of U.S. citizens attacks. This is such a nasty, nasty. And at this third quarter moon, the thing that kept freaking me out. Oh no, what's going on here? I'm sorry. Is because this particular asteroid, the W asteroid, this deadly warring ancient, like think ancient China, obviously, but there's a marriage here with Vlad and the Russia who's been basically at war with the United States for 100 years. It's like all that energy is encapsulated here, except for one citizen named Don Holio, 45. And the thing that was happening December 7th was when we had this third quarter moon. I was freaking out because at this quarter moon, which was at 16 degrees Sagittarius, it was conjunct Donald's natal Wu-H asteroid, which is a warring asteroid that unleashes its wrath on our country. Historically, that's how it looks. And so there was going to be something about Don Holio and his wrath, but he's like the bystander here, the people who are directing it, because this horoscope, the thing that lines up with him is also the natal astrology chart of Russia and the leader, and the natal chart of China and their hopes, wishes, friends, dreams, and wishes. It all lined up at the 16th degree, which was shocking. I mean, my body kind of rattles and freaks out realizing that this quarter moon was going to have that. We also knew that there was going to be some sort of sacrifice, death that happened with the protests, but in actuality, this week is when they kept comparing to the numbers of deaths that were happening at the 9/11. So that is what piqued me, that there is an act of warring asteroids. This energy is active and something was going to be revealed. So, as I'm like just trying to catch up with my stuff and get ready for the eclipse tomorrow, which is around 11:30 something Eastern time. Trying to catch up, going through the Twitter, and all of a sudden I see that CISA. Oh, where'd you guys go? Wait. Oh, where are you? Okay, wait. I need to find you guys. I can't find. Where are you? You're not there. Okay. No, la 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 la. Where are we? Nope. 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 Okay. I'm sorry, you guys. Give me a minute here, please. I need to find that. It disappeared. Where are you? Did my thing got closed out, so I can't see the chat. Am I signed in on this browser? Okay, let's get back here. I'm sorry, it's just kind of late. Okay, mute.
If you want to sell
Nope.
online,
Nope.
make
Nope.
sure you sell.
Okay, skip ads. Okay, all of you live. Sorry, it's late. T-Barb, I know back when you saw this stuff coming, it looked bad, but if we'd known how crazy bad it was going to be, we really would have freaked the heck out, right? I was just re-listening to the Saturn Pluto conjunction video that I did last December 16th, 19th, a year ago, trying to describe what was ahead of us without freaking out, but having no idea what we had to do, but I couldn't sugarcoat it. Unbelievable. So, but here's the thing. Earlier tonight, I was describing this asteroid as like the WW3 that Don Holio wants. I think we've been in WW3 globally for some time now. That's what it's shaping up to be. We're just like waking up to it because things aren't being covered up anymore. Someone else is getting a PDB. And I feel like things are coming to light because that person is getting it and things are kind of shaking up. So let's get back to this 16 degrees mark because it was conjunct Donald's this in the 5th house of the sun of the president, with participants Russia and China. So just this evening, as I'm trying to get ready, let me get it here. This is what happens. CISA issues emergency directive to mitigate the compromise of SolarWinds Orion network management products. This tweet came out just after midnight. Now, this relates to what broke earlier today on Reuters and Washington Post. Let's see if I can bring up that article really quickly about how, here we go. The Russia spies are behind that campaign that breached U.S. agencies and a top cyber firm. Okay? So that's what it's all in reference to. Now, for those of you who've been following for quite a while, you know we've been figuring out and tapping into this telecommunications thing, this hacking of our cables, the internet, what's going on with Russia.China. We've had pieces of this all the past year. We've been picking up little pieces, okay? So when that news came out, the CISA tweeted it. And so it was just after midnight on the Eastern Coast. So that is what I drew this horoscope for. Their emergency directive is, they issued one tonight involving SolarWinds Orion products that are currently, right now, being exploited by malicious actors. The directive calls on all federal civilian agencies to review their networks for indicators of compromise and disconnect or power down SolarWinds Orion products immediately. This network management products poses unacceptable risks to the security of federal networks, said the acting director. Tonight's directive is intended to mitigate potential compromises within federal civilian networks, and we urge all of our partners in public and private to assess and report by noon tomorrow is when they have to report. So when this directive came out, 12:02 a.m., look at this freaking chart. Hello. The moon is 16 degrees, 16 minutes. This quarter moon, the sun was at 16 degrees, I think 22 minutes. Donald's Wuhan asteroid is 16 degrees, 19 minutes. This is 3 minutes away from his Wuh asteroid, his warring asteroid. And at the end of tonight, I did a reading on what is Don Julio and Vlad and China planning to do with this Wuhan, given the Wuhan, the asteroid? Oh my God, I'm making buffer. They realized they got caught. Basically, they're trying to get away. No one noticed. But basically, they're trying to shut down and act like nothing happened. But it was very insightful on what they did. This freaking chart, not only is this moon conjunct the sun from the third quarter chart, it is conjunct Don Julio's Wu-H asteroid and the thing with the Russia and the China with their leaders and friends. The top of the chart, the midheaven, the thing in the skies for everyone to see. Hello. It is 22 degrees Gemini. That is Donald's sun. His sun is actually about 21 degrees, so it just went over the midheaven into the 9th house. You know whose house this is? Putin's house. And right at the bottom of the chart, 22, 28, that's conjunct Don Julio's moon because he was an eclipse baby. So the top and the bottom of the chart are conjunct his sun and moon. His life force, his body, why he's here, and the moon has caught up now to what's going on. Can you flipping believe this? Oh my goodness! And the other thing that happened, go America, go USA, USA. Look at this. Pluto is that planet, devastation, destruction at 23 degrees, 16 minutes. Well, the asteroid America is going to save herself. She recently flew past Pluto and now is ahead of Pluto. America is ahead of destruction. America's ahead of this WH asteroid war. Isn't it interesting that this asteroid now is in the 11th house of the sun, Don Julio? But I mean, can you cannot make this up. It's crazy. Nancy Lee, who am I talking about? I am talking about this emergency CISA directive that came out tonight to mitigate the compromise of our networks and our federal agencies that got breached through Russia attacks. And I came live tonight because when I printed this chart, it has Donald's fingerprints all over it. Because at the exact moment it happened was at 16 degrees Sagittarius, which is where the moon is. And this third quarter moon was dictated when by the sun, which was at 16 degrees Sagittarius, which was conjunct Donald's warring natal asteroid. This one I can't say, the W-H asteroid. This is a debilitating asteroid that has hit us and done great devastation in our history, including the 1918 pandemic, World War II, Pearl Harbor, 9/11. And his inauguration chart showed it right on the descendant. I think one of the commenters tonight was like, that's also represents the virus that was unleashed on the people that it caused. We talked about this earlier tonight. So I'm sorry if I'm all over the place. And yes, again, there's more pieces that are falling into place, but this is no accident. A week ago, I was concerned about what kind of warring actions Donald was going to unleash with the Russia and the China, and now it exactly lines up with that third quarter moon. Okay? So, I'm finding how interesting the asteroids are in telling the story of what's happening. Is that okay? Okay, I can't wait for him to be gone. Yes, you're welcome, Debsy. I'm so grateful you guys are here and can stand my stories trying to explain this to you guys. Does it mean it's been averted? it means that I think it's uncovered. You know, they always say that Vlad has been at war with America. I mean, it says that in the Mueller report. Vlad specifically called the meddling in our election his information war. He has long ago declared that as his war. Don Julio always knew. We're just waking up and finding out, because the compromise with this breaking news alert by CISA, and no wonder he had to have an excuse to fire KrisKrebbs. Remember that Chris, I don't know how to spell his name, and the YouTube knows how to read. That guy that got fired for saying our elections were safe was in charge of this agency that had this report tonight. I think Don Julio was looking for an excuse to fire him, to try to delay what was coming out. Because we've known since at least a year ago, I saw that Ace of Cups. I just reposted it tonight. Remember when Lavrov visited the White House last December? I think that reading was December 16th or 19th. And this Ace of Cups, I say right in there, oh, he's there because there's something up with our networks, and this is some sort of transponder or something that has to do with access to our information and our agencies and their money. I said that a freaking year ago. That's when it was showing up. So his warring nature with this that's what's been going on around the globe. It is there. I think someday they will call it a WW3, but it was covert because it was an information data war, and it was a way for them to take over governments, manipulate elections, use social media. Oh my God, brainwash people and steal from those nations. If you guys listen to Eric Garland's podcast from Friday, at the timestamp is 31:31, you go to that point for about 5 to 10 minutes. He talks about this other thing I haven't been able to talk to you guys about or share, but it has to do with the Aquarium leaks that were released late last week. Maybe it was a Daily Beast. It was transcribed in English. It was literally the training manual from the Russia on how to commit. See, they've never not been at war. Even during peace and during war, the Russia finds no distinction. When it's supposedly peacetime, they're doing influence. Oh, these are psyops. This is what their military training is, how to conduct psyops on another nation to get at their military, to get at, the minds of the military, the minds of the cabinet, the minds of the electorate, and tear that down. So, and this thing that we were able to get a hold of, and it was transcribed, when he starts reading out the things that they're supposed to do in this manual, it's like, oh my gosh, we went through that. You can identify every single point that they did. And the thing is, this is recent. This is for the last 10 years. So this includes the Facebook, the Twitter, the social media, how that is used for psyops. And again, Don Julio talking crazy, GOP talking crazy last week, filing stuff, court cases left and right, because they dominated the airwaves. This came out like Wednesday, maybe last week. Never made the media. If this even made the news and people started talking about what they did, it's like you get really angry when you start listening to this. I mean, I've had this bookmarked for so long, I haven't been able to get to it yet. So this is his account. If you don't have a Twitter, that is okay. You can just put this in your search box. He will come up. You can just click on the link. You don't have to create an account. And the thing that is pinned at the top of his Twitter is his podcast, which was from Friday. That was at 12:11. It was on Friday. That's the one you want, and you want to start right here. And you realize what happened to us. So, long-winded answer, they've always been at war with us. They just took a break. We thought it was peacetime. They were working behind the scenes. I mean, it's like what happened since the 80s when we thought the Cold War was over. It wasn't. It just kind of went away from our dialogue. People didn't report on it. We weren't talking about it in schools. We got really, really comfortable. The other thing is this asteroid. Earlier tonight I was saying, what's happening now, I'm like, it traces back to 9 or 11. This has been ongoing. It never stopped. So I wouldn't be concerned that something bad is going to happen. I think what the chart was saying, it's finally revealed. Full moons reveal things. We were coming out of the full moon. And this promised to show us something really important on what he's been doing all this time with our enemies. That was the promise to come out. And at the top of the chart, the astrology said, the top of the chart is Pluto. We're at 9 or 11 levels of deaths every day. This is a war. And transformation. This is why. And so tonight, this thing that we were afraid of came out in the full open with that breaking news announcement of what happened. The moon exactly here. The top of the chart is Donald's sun. The bottom of the chart is Donald's moon. This is where his soul and spirit has been. This is what he's intended all along, is to hand everything over. You guys, I have said in the past, this Queen of Wands, that's the card for Don Julio with a coup. That's his card for handing everything over to Vlad. Past payments, back payments, get rid of Magnitsky, etc., etc. Well, what is the other thing that happened this week? Maybe it was 2 weeks ago that made me so happy I wanted to weep, and I don't even know where that bookmark is. It was because on December 10th, something very special was happening. And the weekend prior, the European Union made an offer, a once-in-a-lifetime offer to the United States to rebuild our relationships and together being able to confront global, basically money laundering, data theft, social media manipulation, like all the things that we've been going through. It's like they're like NATO 2.0. The renewed, not a contract, but an agreement to work together to counter these things. And I was so happy because I was like, usually a Saturn return, you have to wait for Saturn to leave to get invitations and good news like that. It's still in Capricorn. This was such a gift to receive. On top of it, the European Union voted on having their own Magnitsky Act. And they decided that on the 9th, but they were enacting it on December 10th because that day was Human Rights Day. So this happened Thursday, I guess. There's no way Don Julio would let that stuff get to the news. He hates human rights. So does Vlad. That's where they lose their power. And Mr. PEB-elect is now getting his daily PDB. We have this happening in Europe, which was monumental. And then this thing got released. And then today it's reported that our agencies were breached by Russian spy networks. They said it was not previously reported, or it was reported today, which means to me they already knew. But I think these things being inactive is what the trigger was for them to say, hey, it's time. And it's time. We're on eclipse energy. This Scorpio moon was a powerhouse. It has exposed things in spades, and I think bringing this stuff to an end, the transformation that's happening. Okay, let me check in with you guys really quick. Rosie, I can see that, Queen. Wow, yes. Oh, yes, Madam Stardust, it's called Game Theory Podcast. Book Bewitched. Hey, love, wondering if you have any tips how to make the power of the eclipse, solar flares, new moon to accentuate. Yes, Book Bewitched. I do have lots of ideas, and I love doing those things. This particular eclipse, with all the shifts and the energies, with the upcoming Jupiter-Pluto, Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, the only wishes I am going to be focused on is releasing what's no longer needed, and stability, and adaptability, and safety. These aspects, they're good. It's change. Some people are not going to like this change. Some people are going to be very triggered. It can get real hostile out there really, really quick, and it can be confusing. And in fact, it's not even until mid-January where Mars finally moves into Taurus when I think we can really kind of settle down. But I mean, like Mercury is Cazimi, it's conjunct the sun. We've got the sun conjunct the south node and what we're releasing. It is insane. So whatever rituals you do, personally, it's my opinion, this particular new moon, we're going to keep it simple, okay? Because in actuality, last year, if you guys were with me, one of my most favorite days of the year, it is the first day of winter because it's the start of the new solar cycle. So if you really want to get some traction in what you want to build for the year, that would be the time to go. Plus, it's going to be super visionary. The juice that this new moon is going to offer with new moon intentions and rituals and that type of thing, it all shifts like in a week. And it's like, you don't know what you're going to get then. You really don't. And then you have Mars and Pluto coming into a tight square in cardinal signs. You don't know what you're going to get. And we're activating the eclipse from the first day of summer. We're swimming. Oh my God, the Saturn Pluto return, January 10th through the 12th. Like I said earlier, please make your schedules flexible those days, or actually that whole week, because that's the biggie. Like, I am not personally going to be comfortable with these energies being really settled, where I'm like, okay, I got my footing, things are okay. I feel like I'm going to be walking on thin ice into January. So you have to be careful. Like, even when I notice the tightest pulls, like in my back, my knee, I feel like my hip is going to give out. You have to mind those things, because if you don't, those are the things when you least expect it, and you suddenly are doing something, things break, things slide, things collide, things crash. And this new moon eclipse really is kind of a blind spot as well, because the sun is ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is the co-ruler of Pisces. We have Neptune there, which can be confusing, and it's in square to the sun. So there's a lot of blind spots out there. There's a lot of fog out there that might just suddenly appear, and we don't even know it. So that would be my best advice. I really am concerned about everyone's safety. not because I feel like anything's going to happen to everybody, but we have enough things on our plate that can make things go haywire really quickly, especially with the cerveza virus and trying to stay safe, as if that's not enough to worry about with all of these aspects and changes. But here's the thing. We are getting to the end of 2020, the end of this first year of the Saturn Pluto conjunction. We're riding on eclipse energy. These big planets are changing, and I promise they're going to give us gifts. But we also can't have it all at once because it's going to be a shock. We're still trying to clear our brain. There is so much stuff this year we haven't even been able to metabolize or digest or wrap our heads around. We went through that to even allow us to be hurt, to be angry. There's so much we still have to figure out individually and collectively. There's been a lot of loss and a lot of change. And we've kind of been on, autopilot as we go through these things and these horrors, and then it's going to catch up with us. So that's what you need to be planning ahead, is how you're adapting and changing and staying safe and feeding your body and not losing track of time, okay? Because I know time has been so hard for me to keep track of lately. Yeah, because it's the middle of the night, I'm doing a live again. Let me check in with you. So, scheduled to have surgery on December 22nd. Cancellation needed. That is something you need to talk to your doctor about. I might have any... I don't know if you're a cardinal sign. It could be really harmonious for some people, maybe not others. Where's Mars and Pluto? Okay, so Mars is 20 degrees. Mars is in oh my God. Okay. So Mars is an exact square to Mercury it's an exact trine. I'm sorry. To Mercury. So that could be impulsivity, heated thoughts, miscalculating things, because Mercury's not strong in Sagittarius. Elect has a Mercury in Sagittarius, and because it's ruled by Jupiter and it's expansive, Mercury rules how we communicate, and he has his history of stuttering. And I truly believe that's because this Mercury, goes places and things squirt out, and trying to rein that in and get that settled. However, if you're a Sag or a rising Sag, have a moon in Sag, this could be really beneficial. But Mars is going to progress. It's going to keep marching along. Holy crap. So Eris, the goddess of strife and war, mischief. Aries, his sister, are an exact square to Pluto at 23 Capricorn. That's not a good combination. That could get sloppy. So again, you need to make this decision with your doctor. I am not a physician. You've got Venus here in Scorpio, which is 28 degrees Scorpio. Venus is not strong in Scorpio. Venus has to do with your Venus organs, like the kidneys, like venous circulation, your thyroid, your pancreas. But then again, Scorpio is the sign of the surgeon. Mars is in its dominion. Mars is the knife that cuts. So those are some things to think about. Okay. I never know what day of the week it is. So don't invite the attention hungered down. Got it. Okay. You have surgery on January 18th, 20. Should I reschedule? I'm a Cancer. You know what? Hold that thought. what I want you to do between now and then, because we have this lunation and we have the new moon in Capricorn, you can start pre-paving that right now. Our eclipse is not until 11 something Eastern time tomorrow. Then the moon is void. So there isn't really wishing power until the night when the moon goes into Capricorn. And that's probably when I'm going to go live for the new moon eclipse so that we can harness that energy. Because I'm live again. I wasn't planning to do this. So that new moon, well, it's 11. Okay. So tomorrow the moon is going to be void until like 8:30 or 9:30 Eastern time. And so I am planning to go live around then when that moon goes into Capricorn so we can harness that energy. Because when it's void, of course, nothing happens. But this is an excellent time to meditate on and feel the energies out and how they're working for you all afternoon. Okay, so you can kind of get your bearings before this eclipse happens. You're going to want it. And you're going to want the signs from the universe on how do I manage this? What am I going to do? Okay? So, yeah. Hi. Hi, Night Owls. Hi, Rick Gonzalez. It's like deja vu or something. We're back here again. Lanny, terrified because you only have one kidney. You know what? Is it Lanny or Laney? I have a history of, I had a horrible kidney infection. Another thing, there were three, I always tell people there were 3 times in my life I should have passed away. That was one of them. I just want to show you this really quickly because this has been my life. I would not survive without this supplement. This, oh, what a bad picture. So I'm not a doctor. I'm just throwing this out there to you guys because also winter in Chinese medicine is the season of the kidneys. So if you're going to be energizing and strengthening your kidneys, the season of winter in a week is the month to do it. So this is by Natural Sources. I think it's, I don't know, about $12 a bottle. I would not have survived without this. This is what I finally was able to kick my infection with. And it's been truly amazing. It's my other go-to glandular that I use all the time. There's other brands, I think ancestral supplements, but the thing is to have it raw, in raw form, because you get all of those synergistic properties that your body knows how to use. Okay? That's right. Back in the saddle again with some preparation until, yep. Yolanda. Oh, so Lonnie. So am I supposed to say Lonnie? Okay. No quitting this high. Yes. Did you see that? The raw kidney tea, Barb? That's what it looks like. You know, obviously you can get it on Amazon. I think VitaCost, VITACOST.com has the best prices I've seen. I can no longer get it at the vitamin shop. Raw. R-A-W. I don't know what pew is. For entertainment purposes only. Okay, so, Andy, don't freak out. Don't freak out, Andy. It might feel like the end game and seem like the end game because what's unfolding in real life has finally caught up with what I've been seeing, we've all been seeing in the cosmos and the teroscopes for the past year. It is scary. It is scary. You need to be settled and calm. We got this. We're in the midst of the worst of it. It's going to get better. One day at a time. Okay, so a pew look like a pew. Okay, hi you guys. Yeah, I'm not really, Sona, I wasn't planning to even come on tonight. This is just because I need to talk about this chart. Okay. Oh, so Janet, Chris said that it's probably been going on for some time. I totally believe it. I totally believe it. In my opinion, that's why Lavrov was there a year ago in December. Okay, so this is the Terrascope I threw when I was like, what's going on with this emergency thing that they're saying? Okay, where is it now? I got it. They're saying that we have to... Okay, this emergency directive to mitigate the compromise of this network management. Okay, so SolarWinds is one. That is used by 300,000 companies. I told you the rush or the way in to attack a country is to leverage their companies and their assets and their telecommunications. That's because FireEye, which is also another cyber network safety security, was hacked this past week. The U.S. uses FireEye. Coincidentally, the Georgia Senator Perdue, with all of his corruption and trades, holds a huge part of FireEye. I think that's what it's called. Aloha, Kimberly. Okay. Walk by Faith was really freaked out last week. Yeah. Walk by Faith. And the other thing that happened is we did some hardcore New Moon Scorpio wishes. We are still in the New Moon Scorpio lunation until this eclipse. It's still working. And so that's why I backed off of the new moon wishing, because it was too much energy to handle. I knew it was going to kick my butt later if I wasn't ready for it. So when we get through eclipses and turbulence like this, there's so much potential and creative energy to work, and you can mold it, but you also got to have a body and a brain and a psyche that is ready to be able to handle the shifts. Okay? So back to this emergency breaking news. They released tonight at midnight. I did this Terrascope still from the third quarter moon. I wanted to know what the most significant emergency was about this. On the bottom, the ascendant, the thing giving life to this chart, Russia, the high priestess. So I have told you guys from the beginning to the end, the Russia, their hacking operations, whether it's elections, voter rolls, states, companies, the Rostelecom, the beginning and the end of what they do, their espionage, is the high priestess. Three of Cups, their celebration. We hacked, we got through. When I look at this, I see Don Julio, I see Vlad, and I see Xi, because that's what showed up here at the third quarter. So what was this about? The first house, the Queen of Cups. The queens are countries. The Queen of Cups, the United States of America. This is about the messages USA received about a hacking, an attack, an intrusion through our firewalls that just obliterated everything. Never saw anything like it before. This also said go to the 8th house of shared resources. We have the government. The United States and her, this is the shared resource. Okay, why the heck is that the shared resource? First of all, who's the higher? Sometimes that's the Vatican for me. And the Vatican, okay, I'm not even go there because that's like another big crazy thing. Please clarify. The Hierophant, the government. United States of America hacked by those three amigos. The government is the shared resource because Trump campaign. Is this the Trump? Yep. This is Don Julio. His businesses, Trump Org, Trump campaign, is in debt. He's in debt to angry Putin to deliver the world. So that's what this is about. These are the communications, the assets. CISA sent out the tweet. They were taking action because they treasure, their values are our country. Protecting, well, the sun, the office of the President of the United States. We have another one laying and waiting. But here we have Neptune sacrifice. Our security was sacrificed. They're taking action because they know they were compromised. The Nine of Pentacles, reversed, comfort and security. They sent out that tweet, that emergency notification, because our comfort and security is threatened. Our wealth is threatened. You guys using this SolarWinds network, drop it, get rid of it. We're trying to avoid a nightmare. We are in a nightmare. We wish we didn't have to go to this level, but this is where we are. Look, there's the Queen of Cups. This is where the 16-degree Sag is, with that Wu-H asteroid wreaking havoc everywhere. The astrology said, look to the part of fortune and increase. Yep, we're trying to mitigate that. The 6th house, public servants, military investigations, CISA, is trying to assess what's going on here, assess the damage. Everyone who uses SolarWinds has to report by noon tomorrow of what's happened here. Because the fire element, we got burned. The partnership, open adversaries, this is from the past. So this tells me this isn't a brand new, fresh reporting. This is from the past. This has been ongoing. This has been ongoing from the past. Look, we have Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter, Saturn, right there. Oh my God. Tell me about the past. They say it's from the past. Is this a partner or an adversary? It's from the past. So this is how they steal data, reversed. They blow it up into something new. They create it into, they spin off new data, new themes, new propaganda. So if this is from the past, I'm going to say it's been quite a while that this has been in the past, because how long has this Temperance card reverse been showing up when it comes to data? A long time. We have at the basis of this, it's an attack. The Ace of Swords, an attack. I often see this with Mitch. Crowning this from the past. So our agencies knew, and they pretended like they didn't know. They were silent and quiet. They saw the heaps of information they were taking, and they were quiet, like they didn't know. And they watched them transmit this information over. They have known for so long, you guys, for I think even before Don Julio entered office, because this is my own opinion, they had federal investigations opened on him. They knew about his history. Obama ordered a Russia review December 9th, 2016. I think they had a plan for worst case scenario. What would he do if he had his hands on all this information? And that's why I want Sally Yates to get in there, because she knows where all the bodies are. She knows where the digital information is, the passwords, the codes, who she sent off to who in case of emergency. There's a huge, I think, back plan, an alternate plan, to the point where I wonder if they took all of our stuff and put it on a totally different network. What do you think? So this has been going on long enough that they knew that they had an agreement and that they broke an agreement. This has been going on for this Page of Wands reverse. How many times do we see the Page of Wands show up? No, No tracking. You cannot see me be tracked. So they think they've been super secret all this time, you guys. I think this has been going on for a while. And last December is when they really took it to another level. It was go time. Okay. Oh, shared resources lovers. That's the agreement between CISA sent this out because there was an agreement with hacking operations from abroad. This SolarWinds is misfortunate. It did not work well. Their hope with this information coming out is that they get the valuable information out there, that they learn from it. And the secret that they know is this is Don Julio's job, handing it off, and things got moved. That's what this is about. Okay, how are you guys doing? Okay, yeah, Nancy has the receipts too. It's on a separate network. Trump is hiding info in this, but intelligence agents know about it and the key to open it. I totally agree. Yeah, T-Barb, I totally think they just let them hang themselves. People are screaming like, why aren't they doing anything? Well, number one, the Republican Party has let him get away with everything, and they acquitted him of impeachment. And since that atrocity, inexplicably, look at everything else they've let him get away with. Have we even gone on to Cerveza virus? They can't do anything because Don Julio's going to pardon the heck out of everybody. And anytime there's pushback, there's a psyop to attack that person, to delegitimize them, and bring doubt to what's going on. So our best thing really is to be quiet and act like we don't know what's going on, like we have no plan, and that we are to just act as much as a lame duck, sitting duck that we can, because then their confidence goes up and they make more mistakes. And then with the time that passes, it keeps pulling in more people and more people, more agencies, more back channels, more acting person this, more countries, more evidence. And I know everybody hates the Don Julio's Twitter. That's like part of an active federal investigation. It's got so many clues in there and who's involved and what's going on. It's great forensic information. Okay. Oh, the Navy has been getting those too. Yeah, playing possum. Exactly. DT's going to be on his best behavior today? I don't know. Here's the thing. He's unspooling. He's unthreading. I think he's terrified of this eclipse because he feels eclipse energy. This is so nasty for him. This eclipse is sitting right on top of his moon. Let's talk about that for a second. So your natal moon, your moon in your chart. So the sun represents the heart, your soul force, your life force. The sun is the thing in the center of the universe that brings warmth, that brings life. The sun is your creativity here, your precious gift, you. The moon orbits the earth. The moon is the earth's satellite. The moon is what regulates our seasons. It regulates our ocean tides and our waters. The moon represents the mother-child relationship. The moon represents the physical body and the emotional body. So this eclipse is at right in the 10th house. Holy crap, you guys. You know what else? Oh my God. Holy crap. Okay. Dizzy again. Okay, I need to sit down. Okay. Oh shit. This sun and moon combination, it's at 23 degrees Sagittarius. Donald's moon is at 23 Sagittarius. His sun is, I think, at 22 Sag. Or this is at 21. I can't remember, but it's right there. It's straddling it. And he was born under an eclipse. So this sun and moon combination are sitting on his moon, his physical moon, his physical body. The things that are so debilitating for his physical health, you guys, is that number one, Sagittarius is ruled by the planet Jupiter. Jupiter is a really expansive, fortunate planet. Think of the Wheel of Fortune card in the tarot. Think of the Temperance card in the tarot. This being in Capricorn all year, it has to abide by the rules of Capricorn. It's in its fall in Saturn because Saturn restricts, Saturn isolates. Saturn is an icy planet that is kind of cold and alone. But we need the structure of Saturn to have a world, to have anything. It rules structure. So it's been in its fall this whole year. So, and this is our first new moon in Sagittarius, and it's an eclipse since the Saturn Pluto conjunction last January. And at that Saturn Pluto conjunction, Mars was 6 degrees Sagittarius. So this Mars is going to blow up. You're going to see the action of Sagittarius, which is law enforcement, faith, philosophy, our justice system, lands far away. We're going to start seeing the wrath of this Mars and what was it intended to do at the Saturn-Pluto conjunction. And so that's happening. His moon is going to be debilitated. On top of it, the midheaven, the top of this chart, the highest point of the sun on this day at the new moon eclipse is at 12 degrees Sagittarius. You know what 12 degrees Sagittarius is? That's the ascendant for the USA chart. The Sibley chart is 12 degrees Sagittarius. This is defining who we are since the Saturn-Pluto conjunction and the eclipse. And I'm not done. Because the sun-moon combination between this Mars, the midheaven, the sun and moon, we have Mercury in here, conjunct the south node, which is like 19 degrees Sag, like 54 minutes. The south node, when you have a solar eclipse, conjunct the south node. It is a lessening of, it's a weakening of, it's a releasing of a solar figure. Our solar figure in our nation is Donald. A solar figure can be a father or a dad. Last year, when we had the new moon solar eclipse conjunct the south node, December 26th, I think it was, what did Donald do? He made a plan to take out Soleimani. That's what's happened. So whatever's happening with this new moon eclipse, it's all happening at the top of the chart. It is so incredibly consequential for the health of our nation, who we are, and FOTUS. This is not good for his body. On top of it, can I add some more, please? You know what else? At his solar return, his birthday, Mars, I think, was like at 25 Pisces, and his moon was, it was somewhere between like 15 to 25, I can't remember, like maybe 18 degrees. So his moon last June 14th was in Pisces, which is not a good sign for vitality. That tends to not be really strong. I mean, he was sick this year. Pisces rules the immune system. I also think it rules the fight-flight reaction. And his Mars, his energizer, 25 degrees Pisces. Not only is that in square to what's going on with this eclipse, it's in square to his natal sun and moon. And at this eclipse, Pisces is intercepted here in the first house of vitality and health. And on the ascendant, you have Aquarius, 29 degrees. That is Donald's ascendant, the thing that gives him life, is actually over on our side. Saturn and destroying that. I mean, it's just a drilling down. Drilling. Oh, my buffering. Did I talk too much, YouTube? I love you, YouTube. It's not good, you guys. It's so consequential. And he is afraid. And because he's afraid and he is the leader of our nation, we naturally pick up on that energy. Okay? How are you guys doing? How are we doing? Oh yeah, please hit the thumbs up, please. I'd really appreciate that. Okay. So this is what's going on. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to because it's late now. We've been going for like an hour. I just wanted to make sure I got this out here. Can you show me Donald and his health? Jeez, what in the world is going to happen with this new moon eclipse? Jeez. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to do, because this is the United States, the ascendant. So I'm going to do the USA ascendant, and we're going to do Don Julio. So this is the USA, the health of the USA. This is Don Julio. This is his health. Oh, it just feels like I've got boulders, crushing boulders, weighing me down. So, oh my God. What are the three most important things that happen? I'm separating them because, okay, the three most important things. Now, going forward from this eclipse. Defenses, being able to fight back. Also Facebook. Burdens that are being carried. So USA. Hermit. So the United States has been looking around, seeing what's going on. Reversed, the United States is having poor guidance. But our country has horrible leadership, but we know who we are. We have wow, we have so much more support than we probably realize. This is Donald. Oh, shit. What did I say this was his health and physical body? At this eclipse is the Tower. This is Mars. This is brute force. This is a strike. At this eclipse, covered in, he's out. Money, power, votes. He's covered in all the secret stuff he thought he was doing. No, it's out. It's been a calamity, a bad investment. The people associated who ran his errands for him. Remember, Ruthie always said, Pay attention to the Knight of Pentacles. She's screaming at me again. The Knight of Pentacles, it's right here again, covering Donald. This is from all the stuff he gave away. So I feel like we're parting ways, okay? That's why I separated them. So the first thing that's going to happen between USA, him, we're in jail. It's a psyop. We're bound up at this eclipse. Who's bound up? How does the United States relate to this? How does Don Julio relate to this? The hacking. We're exposed to how vulnerable we are. We're realizing what happened, what he did. This is him. What he did. This is the car for a coup. The psyop he put on us, the hacking, making us vulnerable because he thought he could get away. This is overturning the emperor as a coup on America. That's how he relates to this. That is what the tarot says. The second most important thing that's defining this eclipse between us, the Russia, the secrets. It's the most important thing we as a nation get out of this. We unburden ourselves. Oh, this is the cover-up. All the covering up he tried to do with the devil. This is he himself. This is Bill behind bars. It's Vlad. All those horrible, awful things, those people. That's his Russia connection. We were so burdened by that. We're letting go of some of that burden. The third most important thing with this eclipse, this could be the Republican. It's a Republican Party. Suppression, stealing, COVID, everything they try to gaslight us with. This is also a card of North Korea hacking. It's all coming out. The courts, sealed indictments, courts, and also the trail that it left. So the United States, how are we dealing with this with the Republicans? We're on the move. Get out of here. We've got momentum with this. We have seen and felt and heard. It's punched us in the gut, and it's like we're going to be rounding them up. Donald. He paid them all off. All the money and promises he promised them. So this is going to be the trend that is set for this eclipse. I know these are scary times, but trust me, I feel like we're sitting in the worst of it. Perhaps the worst of it has passed because we are now in the time of separating. And he's going to get desperate. They're all going to get desperate. They're going to do stupid things. But keep in mind, if you saw my live 2 readings ago, you would see that the reason why they did all that stuff last week was to dominate the airwaves because there were a lot of things they didn't want to have come out, and it was so they could stoke the confrontations and the emotions of people in the streets this weekend. And look at the violence that we had. It's all a stage, right? So, you guys, tomorrow this eclipse is at 11-something Eastern time. Like I said, I'm going to go live later on in the evening, 8:30 or 9:30, when this moon goes direct. Because I can't remember which one, if it's Eastern time, what time it goes direct. So that's when I'll go live and we will talk about this moon and talk about our intentions. What you need to do tomorrow is lay low and just take in the energies, okay? And do your shopping and do things that you want to do for the holidays, okay? Thank you so much for coming. Thank you, moderators. Moderators, remember, please get in touch with me. Yes, Pandora's box is opening. You're welcome, Bonnie. I'm so glad to see you here. I don't think you get here often. Yes, Kaylin, thank you. Well, stay safe. Have a good night. Thank you, T-Barb. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll see you tomorrow night. Okay, good night. Bye.